Hi, I'm Lakota Thurman, and this is my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about my NaNoWriMo 2018 experience because it was my very first Nano ever, and I am so excited to tell you guys that I won because it's not something that I thought was going to happen, especially my first go-around, and I'm really proud. I'm not gonna lie, I'm very proud because it was I'm not gonna say difficult. It was trying. It was a trying month because for whatever reason I was extremely busy this month with family and friends, and really almost none of it had anything to do with Thanksgiving, which is funny to me because normally holidays just overrun my life because my parents and family are very social together, and we like to do a lot of things together, which can sometimes be stressful and is also a good thing because our family was not always that way. And it's something that has changed over the past couple of years, which I am very happy about because I was not very close with my family for a lot of years, and I am very glad that that time in my life has kind of tapered away. So I'm getting used to having a fuller schedule full of family things, but it's still a work in progress for me. Getting back to my NaNoWriMo video, I was actually a rebel this year for NaNoWriMo. I worked on a book that I have tentatively named Tenrec, which translates to Reaper Isle, because I created a language for this book, which I'm actually kind of proud of. But I have been working on this book for about a year because it wasn't something that I worked on every day. It was just whenever inspiration hit me that I started working on it, because before NaNoWriMo, well, before October, I guess, I was very much a pantser. I didn't plan anything about my novels or the world or anything, and I just kind of sat down one day thinking I have this thing that I want to work on, and I started writing things down, and I started writing the story down, and it just kind of got away from me. And I didn't know where I was going. I don't think I had writer's block necessarily, because I still had like a ton of ideas for the story. I just hadn't decided where I wanted it to end yet. But I am thankful that I do now know where it's going to end and where it's going to go, and thanks to NaNoWriMo, I actually have plans for 2 more books in the series, which I'm excited about. But I had already written my main character's entire storyline, like from beginning to end, and I was rereading it for Nano because the project that I was planning on working on for Nano was a murder mystery book, and I was stuck on it. And I only had like 2 weeks or so to finish getting the story prepped to work on it for NaNoWriMo, and I realized that it was going to take more time than that for me to figure out the problems with my story. So I decided to go back and work on Tenrec because I had been dreaming about it. Even though I hadn't touched it for 2 months, I purposely put it down for 2 months because I figured I could just work on other things, and the things that were wrong would come to me and I would figure out what was wrong with it. Well, I picked it up on October 12th to reread it, just to get my mind off of the murder mystery book, and I realized that I could work on this for NaNoWriMo, for my very first NaNoWriMo. And it very quickly became apparent to me that the reason I was having such a problem with it was because I needed more than one point of view. I actually ended up having, I think, 5 point of views to tell the whole story properly without just doing a bunch of info dumps and stuff like that, which I hate that kind of thing in a book. Don't get me wrong, there is at least 1 or 2 info dumps in the book, and I'm going to work on how to fix that. later, but not this month. I learned that I am capable of things that I never imagined possible. I never in a million years thought I would be able to write a 50,000 word book in a month. That just was an impossibility for me. I finally became okay with my book taking for a long time because it dawned on me one day that J.K. Rowling spent years working on Harry Potter. And if someone who is as amazing at writing and storytelling as her took that long to work on their book, then I realized that I could do the same thing and not have to feel guilty. There are other books that I am working on right now that will not take that long because I've become a better writer since beginning them, thanks to AuthorTube and NaNoWriMo. But I am okay with Tenrec Fell taking a long time, and I'm going to do a video on that later. I learned about this amazing community that I had no idea existed. One of the things that really helped me as a writer were like the live write-ins, and I never thought that that would be something that I would want to participate in because I felt like I would feel really pressured. But I guess because of the people that were holding the live write-ins were very, charismatic and funny and just made me feel comfortable, that it actually helped me up my word count significantly for the amount of times that I actually spent writing. I think I had a 6,000 word count one day just from a live write-in that lasted like an hour and a half, which was crazy because that's not something I ever thought would be possible for me. And a lot of it had to do with the fact that I knew exactly what I was supposed to be writing down because I had spent the last 2 weeks of October figuring out the things that I needed to do for my book. And if I hadn't done that, I would not have had such a high count that day. Well, especially for that amount of time that I spent writing. But over the past year, my typing speed has really upped, and I'm kind of proud of that because I was always a really slow typer. That coupled with the fact that I knew exactly what I was supposed to be writing helped me get such a high word count for that live stream. And if I hadn't found out about NaNoWriMo, that's something that would never have occurred to me before. I learned about my own writing process that I wasn't aware of before. I did not realize just how much I overthink things. I knew I thought things. I don't know. I knew that was something that was a problem with me, but I never realized just how much of a problem it was and how much it slowed me down until I was working on NaNoWriMo, and the whole goal of NaNoWriMo is to just work on things. Just write things down. Don't worry about what you're writing down necessarily. Just get the words down, because you can't correct something if it's not down on the paper. And I am actually really happy that the words that I've written from doing this weren't that bad, actually. There wasn't a lot of misspellings, there wasn't a lot of grammar mistakes that I noticed, at least. I'm obviously going to have an editor read it because I am not the grammar fairy. And I don't know, I'm happy about the things that I learned about the way that I write and the process of my writing and what I'm capable of. I loved NaNoWriMo. I loved the community. I loved having a goal to work for every day and for the month. And I think NaNoWriMo has changed who I am as a writer. Because before, I was never a write every day kind of person. Not that I don't advocate for that. It's just not something that was ever something that I did. But since I've gotten over my NaNoWriMo hangover, I have written at least 200-300 words every day. And that's not something that would have happened a year ago or even 6 months ago. I would have put it down and been done with it for months, and I am glad to say that it hasn't happened yet. I'm not saying that it won't happen, because I know me, but it hasn't happened yet. And I am very happy about the progress that I made, all thanks to this thing that I didn't even know about. And, like I said in a previous video, I won! And I'm really excited. I'm excited for the year coming up. I'm excited to work on my book and get it revised and get it sent out to agents, and I am excited for the things that are coming up this year. I have goals this year that I didn't have before, and I am much more confident in myself as a person and as a writer, all thanks to this community of people that just don't even realize how awesome they are and how inspiring they are just for waking up and putting a few words down on a paper every day. Because I know that they're out there, and I know that they're rooting for me, even if they don't know me personally, because I root for them and I don't know them personally. And I'm just really, I'm thankful. I'm thankful that this is something that I get to be a part of now. And I hope to get to hear from you guys. If you like this video, leave a like and a comment, because I really want to hear from you. I love hearing from people. I love hearing their opinions on things. And if there is a video that one of you wants me to make, go ahead and let me know, and I will do my very best to get that out for you. I am planning on posting a video at least once a week. The first few weeks it's probably going to be more than one video a week, because I'm excited and I am filming things and working on them and working on books and coming up with new ideas, because this is new and shiny and exciting, and that's how it always works. So if there's a video that you would like to see and hear me ramble on about for 7 to 8 minutes, go ahead and tell me about it down in the comments, and I'll see you later. Bye!